Hello everyone. Oh boy. The reason why I didn't do a live stream Thursday or Friday was primarily because I didn't have a story. Then I did have a story with names and everything involved. But there's a bit of a legal situation going on with that, so I didn't really want to. I wasn't 100% sure whether I was going to cover it. Not all that, it wasn't really a big story. However, somebody who I thought I'd finished talking about because I was sick of him has started doing his usual tricks again. But I'll get to that in a minute. First, I am going to show you a video of one of Shane's last videos. It's a clip. I'll have to turn my audio off for a sec so you don't get feedback. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what that is. Because Shane hardcore shades Onision. So I'll be
on YouTube that likes to talk about me, but I don't even listen, except I don't know how to be subtle. What do people get mad at me for?
Every time I talk about like even a scenario
on YouTube that likes to talk about me, but I don't even listen, except I don't know how to. Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my Snapchat. Hi, how are you? I know what you're waiting for, your morning tea. But guess what? I don't have any tea for you. I've done sipped it all, sis. Except, I guess I do have a drop. There's this fucking piece of shit on YouTube that likes to talk about me, but I don't even listen, except
are you a piece of shit that likes to talk about me on YouTube? That could only be Onision. It's the only possibility of who it could be. So I thought that was rather interesting that about the whole Onision stuff. He stays relatively silent. And he's doing this video with Jeffree Star, who, like Shane, is no stranger to drama in any way. And so he decides to make this little quip about Onision, which I'm sat there going, I didn't twig it at first, and then I was going through Twitter, and I noticed somebody said, did you notice that he hardcore shades Onision at 9:40? And then I went back and went, oh shit, yeah. So that's a good one. Right, back to John. Oh, I swear to God, this guy. In the cards, I've put my pre-existing playlist about the whole issues I've had with John in the past. But this is a whole new set of shit. This is how much I'd separated myself away from this guy. I do have a few points as well. I haven't written anything down because I've literally just been watching Ashley's videos for like the last 2 hours. Because she's got 4 videos over like the last week. They're all in the iCard, don't worry. One, just as I were about to go live, had just been put up and I'm like, shit! Damn you! So then I had to jump up and add that because obviously it wouldn't have been right if I had. So, what's happened is John's apparently gone over to America for a 3-month trip, which is funny considering he says he's skint. He is always asking for money, he's always asking for people's Prime passwords and stuff like that. And he's always wanting people to give him things for nothing. Now, I don't agree with that completely. I do have a wish list that I use for this and for Twitch, but this is the first time I've ever mentioned it on my channel, ever, and it will probably be the only time. I'm not like John, who literally every day he posts about this fucking wish list. So we know about the history that people have bought him stuff and then they've fucked him over. He's fucked him over. So, while he was in America, he'd had a few living situations that got pear-shaped. One, the landlord's dog was constantly outside his door barking, blah, blah, blah. And another time, something else happened. So then he went to stay with this married couple for a month. Now, this married couple aren't shy of a few bob. And, in other words, they got money. And she has, like, this makeup room. She has lots of makeup. She has a lot of things. They basically gave him a whole floor of the house that he could use, which had a gym, his own room, his own wardrobe, his own bathroom. And he would just take the piss. The woman of the couple got a Jeffree Star palette delivered. So John decided to take it, review it, destroy it, and then give it back. She hadn't even looked at it. She hadn't even opened it. He would say that he was allergic to tap water, so that when he couldn't have tap water to drink, he could only have bottled water. They'd go out and he would, even though he'd make him spend an exorbitant amount of money on groceries, he would then demand that they go out to eat. And the couple would foot the bill. She would let him use all her lighting setup. She bought him backgrounds that he never opened. He literally left the entire house a mess. He then went on to say that she'd locked him in the basement, which she hadn't, because there was only one door that would lock, and that was an external door. Then he said that she told him to get out or else I'm going to kill you. Now, considering the amount of shit he put him through, I would have said the exact fucking same. If somebody had turned around and done to me what he did to them, I would have turned around to him and said, get the fuck out before I kill you. Because you do. When you're upset, when you're frustrated, when you're mad about a situation that you seem to have no control over, the first thing you do is say, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then he accused them of ruining everything, and, you know, that the wife was abusive to the husband and everything. And initially he didn't reveal any names or anything. So Ashley tried to reach out to... Ashley, contacted the couple, got all the receipts. She put up some videos about it. He talked about several things. And then he emailed her and said, you're not listening to their side and this, that and the other, and you're not listening to my side, blah, blah, blah. Here's the recordings, here's this, here's that. First of all, the recordings were obtained illegally, which he's trying to now say that they weren't because he had two-party consent, which he would need in the state in question. But why would they give him consent and then act like a dick on a recording? Not like he would have to show in the recording, in the distribution of the recording, that they give their consent, which they didn't. Where, and then he's also manipulated the recordings to try and make it out that there was physical abuse when there wasn't. And he's said that he wasn't going to talk about them unless they talked about him, and because they talked about him towards this other channel, Ashley, that's when he decided to talk about them. But instead of just talking about them and keeping the name out, he actually revealed names. So that the Cookie fam go to his Twitter, go to her Twitter and any social media she has, and attack her. Now, the thing is, John's trying to paint out that he's ever so innocent and he's ever so perfect, and, he's never done anything wrong, and us hate channels, which we're not hate channels, I'm not anyway, we just do it so that we get a boost, shall we say, or we get, a bit of a leg up because we've used his name. It's like, no. The John videos I have, I wouldn't say they're my least viewed, but they're not my most viewed either. And just to prove him, prove to him that I'm not talking shit. Right, let me just get this. Videos, uploads. Sorted by most popular. Right. Right, we're back here. Alright, this is my YouTube channel. Sorted by most popular. Right? Joyce Bikel's video from 9 months ago is my most popular. Then my next one is Lainey Onision versus Sam, and then my third popular is the Onision one. So when you rank 3 in, you know, a handful of YouTube's worst, shall we say, for getting views, and then you say, oh, you're only doing this to use my name so that I can give you views. It's like, no. Nope. It's like, I've received threats before. I just ignore them. And the thing is, it appears that a lot of people are learning about John's nasty side. God, I should have stayed on what I was on. Sorry about this. It's the only way I can get it to do what I want it to do. So this is his social blade. And he's a B-. He's earning between 15,000 to 24,000 a year. This is his social blade for this month, for the last 30 days. He must have deleted a video on the 26th because he minused 12,000 views. On average, he's getting about 35,000 views a day, which for a channel with 335 subscribers, for a very small portion of them to actually be watching your videos, is pretty bad. Now, I know it is that way with other people, but that's bad. Subscribers, he's been pretty much in the negative. In the last 30 days, he's lost nearly 1,000. So, he's thinking that, you know, all this drama is going to bring him all this, you know, all this popularity, and he thought that being anywhere near this family would give him, and I've just noticed he had minus 13,000 views today, which means he's deleted a video today. So, the fact that he's losing subscribers at quite a high rate, that a lot of his subscribers have actually started to realise he's shit, is bad. And I don't feel sorry. Considering the amount of shit he puts people through, I don't feel sorry. Not only that, is anybody that's got any form of notoriety, whether it's on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, wherever, one of the first things you never do is stay with a fan. No celebrity would do that. Whether it's a minor social influencer or a major social influencer or anybody. Primarily because you don't know what that person is. You don't know who that person is. You don't know what they're going to do. And for him to put himself in that type of risk when we have a YouTuber that died not that long ago that had hit the music scene because a fan decided to shoot her, and that's not the only time that's happened, is ridiculous. He always tries to make out that he's the victim, but have you noticed that the common denominator in all these issues, the common thread in everything, is him? He's the one that's accusing A, B, and C of being a paedophile. But yeah, and his evidence is Tumblr, but yeah, his Tumblr was just as bad. then you have the fact that he says there's hate channels needed. Nope. I talk about Onision more than I talk about anybody on my channel. And even those videos don't do that great. Right now, because I did have to take 5 months off. But, you know, when life throws something at you, you sort of readjust your priorities. And unfortunately, for me, I had to sort of say to YouTube, sorry, husband takes priority. Which he does. And for him to only care about money and what people can do for him is ridiculous. Then, granted, this guy's not one of my favourite people either, but still, he then tried to thwart a collab that Rachel was doing with Jeffree Star, which didn't work. Then, but it's like, I actually made an observation that I actually completely agree with. That John seems to want the whole Jeffree Star lifestyle, money, cars, makeup, a guy, everything. He wants all that. But to have all that, you have to have a brain, and B, you have to have the ability to be able to be personable, to be approachable, to be somebody that people will come to talk to. John's not that. He's never been that. Ever. And it's one of those things that when it comes to online, people get a little bit tied up with numbers and figures, and I'm better than you because I've got more subscribers than you. Nobody's better than anybody, except for their moral standing. And John doesn't have much of a moral standing. And he's a British YouTuber, and he makes the rest of his British YouTubers look like shit. And for him to say that he's better than everybody else is ridiculous. If all these issues are happening around him, then he needs to look at the common denominator, which is him, and fix that. He accused Peter Mon of something Peter never did. He's accused other people of the exact same thing. He's point blank accused Laura Lee of grooming him. He has point blank said that people are attacking him when they're not. He's point blank faked evidence, and we can prove this, especially now that we know that he has 4 phones. That, and he has exceptionally good Photoshop. This guy literally has no idea what reality is at all, and I don't think he ever will. And I mean, this kid, and I can say it's a kid because he's younger than me, but he acts like he's the centre of the universe. No, you're fucking not. Nobody is. Everybody's of equal value. Everybody's a person with a beating heart, a set of lungs, and a fucking spine. And when you push people and push people and push people and push people, they will start to push back. And I don't think he's going to like what will happen when they start to push back. I'm not joking, he really pisses me off. I know I get wound up about things like this, but the fact that he thinks it's okay to expose somebody the only thing they did was open up their house to him and allow them to live rent-free for a fucking month because he was in a bind, probably because of his own selfish behaviour in the other people's houses, is fucking ridiculous. And he thinks he's the best person in it, you know, he's helped so many people. It's like, no, you fucking haven't. No, you haven't. I just want to check something, see if that video's up. John Kuckian. I just want to check something. It's like, he tried to be, Jeffree Star with the whole makeup thing. He even tried to use one of Jeffree Star's names for one of his items. one of his items, and then had to take it off his social media off the website because of everything that happened. I think he's deleted the video, which is why his view count just went down. Because on his channel, he does this all the time. There's not a video about did Laura copy Manny's palette, right? The last 3 videos are Jacqueline Hill's new man is John's best friend. Huda Beauty Major beef, tea with BG, and James Charles against the disabled. Those are his last 3 videos. So it looks like he's deleted a video because he doesn't like the fact that he's realised he's fucked up, and he knows that doing exactly that would get him his channel kicked off. And plain simple fact that YouTube won't do anything really pisses me off. And it's like they've deleted people for worse, for less than this. But yeah, John and Onision are allowed to keep the channels despite the fact that they constantly abuse people. Really does me my head in. Right, I'm going to have to go before I really lose my rag. God, that sounds bad, doesn't it? But yeah, my book's with the editor. All that's sorted. Because I've been doing book stuff for like the last 3 days. Well, no, for the last 3 weeks. So as you can imagine, my head's a little bit mushed because it's been in book space. I do also have stuff for Comic Con, which is not this Sunday, not tomorrow, but the Sunday after. So I've got to get stuff ready for that. So I'm busy with that. So busy. Oh, God, I'm better. And then I also need to try and get some sleep at some point. So, stay safe, be good, have fun, and I will see you next week. If there's ever anything you want me to talk about, let me know, and I will do it, whether it's on Twitter or on here, let me know. Because, you know, you guys, if you want to talk to me, by all means. See you later.